In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the use of the for each loop. The for each loop is a little bit different than the other iterative statements that we've looked at up to this point, because this is useful whenever you want to iterate through a collection of items, but you don't know how many items are going to be in the collection. Now, this only operates on arrays or collections of objects, and I know we haven't talked about what arrays are or what collections are. If you're familiar with VB, you probably have a pretty good idea of what that is so far. So what we're going to do is just, for the purposes of this video, is to create a simple array of objects and then iterate through each one and print them to the screen so you can see the syntax. So the first thing we'll do is create an array of strings called myStrings equals to new string, and then we'll use, the brackets, and we'll open up some curly braces and populate our array of strings with some values. So we'll put in foo, and we'll put in bar, we'll put in baz, and we'll put in quirk. And let's go ahead and there we go. So what we've done is created, again, an array of strings, and we're going to call that array myStrings as we reference it within the rest of the application. And that will contain four values in the array: foo, bar, baz, and quirk. So now we're going to use our for each statement to iterate through each one of them. And so our syntax is for each, and we're going to open up using a parenthesis, string s in myStrings, and then we'll use some curly braces. There we go. So what we're going to do here is we're going to loop through all of the strings that are within the myStrings array of strings. And what this is the type of each item in that array or collection. Each item is going to be a string. And this is how we're going to access each of the items that we find in the for each statement. So what we'll do here is we'll do a console.writeLine, and then we'll take the value of s dot toString. It should already be a string, but just for safety, we'll put that in there. And so now we'll save our code, and we'll compile, and with any luck, it'll work. Great. So now what we'll do is cd 2307 and we'll run our application, and we'll notice that it indeed writes to the console foo, bar, baz, and quirk. So again, I know we haven't talked about collections and arrays, but since we were talking about iterative statements, I thought it would be valuable to talk about the for each statement and when it's used. It's not used for just your every run-of-the-mill, just dealing with primary values such as integers and things of that nature, but rather when you're dealing with arrays of items. And it's very easy to loop through each of the items that are within an array, and then as we did, just do something with them meaningful. In this case, we just printed them to the console screen. So I hope that this helps you to understand better what the for each statement is used for and how it compares to the do, the while, and the for loop statements. Thank you very much.